Welcome back to the Daily Arizona Update. Today is August 26, 2025. The way that this format goes, if you haven't seen already, my name is Cole. I am a licensed real estate agent in the state of Arizona that would love to help you buy or sell your home. Here is some proof that I do the thing. I cover some local news and stories. Some of the days I build in public and share something knowledgeable that I'm working on, and then we go over the Cromford Market update. So proof that I do the thing, I'll go over real quick in case you have seen my videos before. My partner and I, Templeton Walker, and then myself, we have names that are very searchable. So if you don't believe anything I'm saying here, you're more than welcome to search yourself. 565, 47 here, over 600 homes sold in the last 5 years. Here are the active listings that we have currently. We also have a luxury rental listing and another listing here, as well as 2 buyers under contract that Zillow does not show up until it is closed. Then we also do a lot of off-market transactions. We typically do more off-market than we do traditional selling, but that has changed over time. This is a property here that was bought in my business partner's LLC for 1.5 and sold for 2.6. This property here is 79th Street. Here is the settlement statement from the title company, and here is the credit to him when it was sold. So there is some proof that we do the thing. You're welcome to research as well. And of course, we would like to earn your business if you are thinking about moving, buying, selling, anything real estate related in Arizona. So the first story for today is going to be the massive Haboob that just hit the valley. I was seeing this coming, and I sat outside my front porch. I did not think it was going to be this big, but I did think that I was going to be able to enjoy some rain. Typically, I like to sit on the porch, listen to music, kind of vibe out, but this was not what I was expecting. So I personally filmed a time lapse, and all of a sudden, the minute I stopped, I'm just getting swarmed with dirt. So I had to run inside. And then I see these photos and I go, wow, this was incredible. My time lapse was not nearly as good. We even have it that the New York Times posted a video about it if we pull it up here. So this is just a time lapse of parts of Arizona as the dirt came and just engulfed everything. It's crazy. So here was Sky Harbor, which this was also super interesting. The flights were being redirected from Phoenix to Tucson to Vegas. Imagine flying from Atlanta to Phoenix, and then all of a sudden you end up in Vegas or Tucson. I don't know about you, but I would be pretty pissed. So this was absolutely insane. We haven't had a great monsoon this year. This was one of the first. Typically, we get more during the summer, but I would say in the last 5 years, we haven't gotten a ton. This was maybe the second, but the first biggest one for sure. Next up, we have 8 new restaurants, cafes, and bars joining Roosevelt Row. So I've got a map, but Roosevelt Row is where we talk about in my best bars on Roosevelt Row video. If you want to learn more about that, it is on my channel. The first thing is Culinary Gangster. Culinary Gangster evolved food trucks from full-fledged restaurant in Scottsdale, serving greatest hits, founder Ricky Ricchio's decade-long culinary career. The main items here are half-pound specialty burgers, crinkle-cut fries, and fan favorites that take center stage on the second location of the day restaurant. Then we've also got, scrolling down, Dolce Italia by Mec. It just opened up in May. It is family-owned, and it is inspired by European cafes that owners Meti and Elvira Palombi may have visited. They serve morning coffee, pastries, food, and drink for the rest of the day. So another great breakfast spot, a great coffee spot. We also have Proof Bread. This is 301 West Roosevelt Row. It is a pastries and Roman-style square pizza slices. It is owned by couple John, God, these names are crazy, Prezilby and Amanda Abuaid. These names are crazy. Come on, you guys. You can't be faulting me for this. Oh, the bakery also has locations in downtown Mesa, North Phoenix, and Litchfield Park. Another one we've got is Turquoise Wine Bar. So those in search of a wine bar along Roosevelt Row have a new destination. Turquoise Wine Bar. It is the Valley's second location and the first franchise location. It is on the northeast corner of 5th and Roosevelt Streets and opened on July 31st. So where these are specifically, they're going to be around this section, with a couple of them being right here And then you might be wondering, where is the primary spot that I was talking about for Sazerac, Palma, Ghost Donkey, Wilderness even? That's going to be right here. So they are still in the main row. Here's kind of that sake house I was telling you about. They're in a really good spot as you're walking down here and then kind of ending out here, especially on Friday, Saturday nights. You are going to see a lot of those, and they're well placed. So I'm excited to try these out. I'm probably going to try out Turquoise Wine Bar this weekend. Maybe. We'll see. But I'll definitely update you if I do. Slower news cycle outside of that. So let's get into the Cromford Market update, which today the score was at a 78.3. So another small rise, going up about 0.6, which is great. We're going to continue to see a rise, I'm sure of it, but we shall see. Actually, I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. It's not that big of a rise. My apologies. That's because I removed yesterday. Here we go. Boom, 78.3. So only a 0.2 rise, but still, positive is positive, and we will take it. Michael Orr with the Cromford Report also noted today that he was talking about the S&P Case-Shiller Home Price Index. For those of you that are unfamiliar, I've got a bit of a about page here. So the S&P Totality, formerly known as CoreLogic, Case-Shiller Home Prices in indices are the leading measures of U.S. residential real estate prices, tracking changes in the value of residential real estate nationally. For a list of additional indices, please refer to the S&P Totality Case-Shiller Home Price Index methodology. Today is testing me, I swear of it, but I'm crushing it, I like to think. Absolutely crushing it. The latest S&P Case-Shiller Home Price Index numbers were published today. This is what Michael Orr stated. The new report covers home sales during the period April to June. Typically, it lags about 3 months behind. This means, and he's begun here, this means a typical home sale closed in mid-May, more than 3 months ago. Please remember the Case-Shiller data is fairly old, even on the day it is released. 9 cities show rising prices, with 11 cities moving down over the month. The cities with rising prices are concentrated in North and Northeast. The South and West are experiencing price weakness across almost the entire area. Comparing the previous month's stories, we see the following changes. So remember that another video that I posted about was talking about the West and the South are seeing a lot more hits to prices. So places like New York, Boston, New Jersey, even some Ohio are seeing greater success than places like California, Texas, Arizona. I'm guessing that we're going to see exactly that here. So it says that Chicago's up, Minneapolis, Detroit, Charlotte, Cleveland, New York, Boston, Tampa. And then more neutral areas would be Dallas, Atlanta, Vegas, Portland, with the biggest loss being San Francisco and Phoenix, Arizona. So Phoenix has dropped from 16th to 19th place over the last month. The national average rose by 0.05%. So Phoenix, again, was weaker than average. Phoenix, this is just showing that the market is worse here than it is most places. But I think this is to be expected, because Phoenix typically is the hotspot for all things, and they happen here first. This is where the open doors were. This is where the offer pads were. All the major iBuyers that came in. Anything chaotic that comes to real estate almost always starts in Arizona. So typically, we feel the best market first, but we also feel the worst market first, which means we should start to notice the rate decreases before other markets do. So once our market starts to improve, if you are in somewhere in the West, in the East, anywhere that is a little bit further from Arizona, you will start to feel that later, and you can predict that with maybe some of your purchases as well. So something cool to watch if you're not in Arizona, but I imagine most of you are. And then year over year, we see the following changes. So New York has seen a 7% rise from last year. Chicago is not far behind. Cleveland is doing well. Cleveland, I know someone in this market, and he has not felt nearly the same amount of pain as Arizona has. So this makes sense. We've also seen Charlotte, Boston, Minneapolis, Las Vegas, Washington, all doing well. Doing less well, Portland, Atlanta, Seattle, Los Angeles, so. Phoenix, surprisingly, is only down 0.06%. Not terrible, all things considered, because we could be down here with San Francisco or Tampa or Dallas losing 1 to even 2.38%. Not we would like to be positive, right? But glass half full. We're not 20th. Phoenix stayed at 14th place yet again. We now see 7 cities in negative territory, with Phoenix, Miami, Denver, and San Diego joining San Francisco, Dallas, and Tampa. The national average is a positive 1.89% year over year, so Phoenix has underperformed over the last year against that yardstick. So what does this mean today? We've already felt it. The market is worse than it was last year. If you were a seller last year and you are a seller today, your home price is selling for less today. But we are seeing an uptick on the Cromford report. We are seeing things get slightly better. The supply index is starting to lean this way. The demand index is slowly coming this way, which means this will rise. I like to think that by this time next year, we are going to be above a neutral market. This is super, super slow. So we'll see what ends up happening. It looks like it's only coming up, 0.4, 0.2. Maybe we could call it an average of 0.3 a day. So we'll see. If you're looking to buy a home right now, I'd say there's still great opportunities. There's still really great rates with builders. There's creative opportunities you can do with some assumptions or some seller financing. There's a lot of options if you work with the right people. I like to believe that Templeton and myself are those guys. So if you have any questions around real estate, please make sure to reach out, and I'll talk to you tomorrow for Arizona Daily Update, August 27th. Peace, y'all.